Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm super excited to share with you guys today our top 5 Alibaba.com tips and tricks. And the reason I'm so excited is because one, you guys have asked us to create more content about product sourcing, so your wish is our command. And two, because I truly believe that if you implement these tips, you're going to save time, money, and stress. So if that sounds good to you, and if you find the video valuable, be sure to leave it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel because we're preparing a lot of great content for you guys that we truly believe is going to be helpful for you and your business, and we don't want you guys to miss out. So if you don't know, Sumner and I created and scaled our Amazon FBA business by sourcing products entirely through Alibaba.com. So we can't recommend this platform enough. It was honestly a game changer because before, big companies had access to suppliers and manufacturers. They had their agencies, their sourcing agents, and people like you and me, we did not have access to things like that. It would be a lot more stressful and a lot more difficult to find quality suppliers and products. So I'm super excited to share more about this platform with you guys. And if you are not familiar with Alibaba.com, what it is actually a marketplace similar to Amazon or Etsy or Walmart. But instead of looking for individual products for you to buy, you're going to be looking for suppliers to partner with and source products in bulk. So if you're excited, I'm also excited. Let's go ahead and jump into tip number 1. So our tip number 1 is to filter your results by suppliers. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean about that. Most people, when they're using Alibaba.com, what they would do is come here to the search box and then look for their product. For example, silicone, so mold. And then what they would do would be scroll down and look through as many of the over 8,000 results as they could do and trying to find the most similar products to what they want to sell. But our tip is to actually go to this drop down menu here and select suppliers instead. Then you click search, and what this is going to do is one, not only is going to narrow down the results. You can see here, for example, that it already went down to 1,316 suppliers, but also what our strategy is every time that we use Alibaba.com and that we want to start producing a new product is to actually find the best partner for our business. And that's how I want to encourage you to use Alibaba.com, is to find the best, highest quality suppliers, because more times than not, suppliers are more than willing and more than able to work with you to customize the product that you're trying to source as much as you want. So putting your brand, putting your logo, changing the color, changing the shape. So a lot of times people use the website to find the best products or the best prices, which is valid. But the way that we like to do, and our tip number 1 for you, is to actually try to find the best suppliers by filtering the results by suppliers. And then what we always recommend is that you check here on trade assurance as well as verified suppliers to get narrow down even more and get the best of the best suppliers, but also to be protected. What trade assurance means is that your payment is going to be protected by Alibaba.com when you make a payment through the website. And verified supplier means that the supplier that you're working with has been verified by a third party. So any of the certifications that they say that they have, or how many employees they say that they have, all of the information has been verified by a third party. Our tip number 2 is to actually go into each supplier's page within Alibaba.com and look for their other products. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So since we're here, let's pretend that I really like this one supplier, and you can open several. I encourage you to open several options. I'm going to open this one in a new tab, and let's open another one as well. Let's say this one. So once you're here, this is the main page of the supplier. It's kind of like their website, their storefront. And our tip number 2 is to actually come here to products and see all of the other products that they sell. Here, for example, silicone placemat, silicone kitchenware, silicone baby items. So you can see that this supplier specializes in silicone products, which is great. The reason for this tip is that you find suppliers that do specialize in the category that you want to sell, because one, you're going to get better prices from companies that narrow down their focus to just one type of product, rather than if they sold silicone products or furniture or metal machines or anything like that. You're going to get not only better prices because, they can focus on just one type of material for them to source and many other reasons. And second, because they're going to have a lot more knowledge about this category. They can actually help you develop your product even further, customize it, explain why you should go with one type versus another. So I highly recommend that you look for the other products, and let's go ahead and actually look for that other company that we open. You would do the same thing. You would come to products. And okay, here you can see, for example, that they have other school supplies, sports and outdoors, fashion, craft. So let's say their attention is kind of like spread out. They're not just focused on the product that we want to develop and make the best of. They're focused in a lot of different categories. But I would go forward and contact this one supplier right here. Our tip number 3 is to choose your supplier by region. Many people don't know this, so let's go back to the main homepage of Alibaba.com. And once you're here, you might actually be looking for a supplier that is located in a specific place, or you're looking for a supplier that is not located in a specific place because you want different options. Let's say, for example, that during certain times of the year, for example, the Lunar New Year, there's a lot of suppliers that do not work. They stop working for a whole month. And what happens if there's an emergency, or what happens if you have issues with your main supplier? I would encourage you to actually have a sort of backup supplier for all of your products. But even if it's not a backup supplier, a lot of people actually want to source products from specific countries. So what you can do is that you can scroll down all the way here once you're in the home page. And here you can see that you can choose your suppliers by region. And once you click on one of them, let's say you want to source a product from the USA. So you click, you're going to enter the USA pavilion. So everything, it's almost like a website within a website. Everything that it's going to show here on the product results page is going to be from the USA. And this is a great way to find the suppliers in the exact region that you're looking for. So for example, let's go ahead and look for a product within the USA pavilion. Let's say I want to find water bottles. So here you can see that you can also narrow down by products or suppliers the results. And once you scroll down, all of these options are going to be from suppliers in the United States. And as you can see here, Alibaba.com will also suggest other countries that you might be interested in that you can source these products from. But this is a great way that not a lot of people know to actually find suppliers located in different countries. A lot of products you can definitely have an advantage by saying that it was made in the USA or made in a specific country. And you can definitely, depending on the product and the materials, you can find better prices too. For example, from India, Indians known for a lot of their textiles. So you might find really unique options there, as well as better prices. So I would definitely encourage you guys to take a look at the region pavilions here on Alibaba.com. All right, tip number 4 is one of my favorites because it saves you so much time, and that is to use the favorites feature. Now I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So let's go back to the other supplier that we liked. You can see here on the top that you can favorite that supplier. So one, you can click here and it's going to save it to your account. It's going to favorite that supplier. And you can also favorite products. So let's say we like this one. Let's open this one. And I'm also going to open another one to show you why this feature is so cool. So let's say I like this one as well. Okay, so once it loads and you go through and look at all of the details of the product, if you like the product, what you can do is click on the little heart as well, and that's going to add it to your favorites. And let's go to that other listing and do the same. And once you go through all of your research and you find your favorite suppliers or your favorite products, you can go to your account here and just hover over it and then click on My Favorites. And you're going to see that you can easily see here all of your favorite products and your favorite suppliers. I only favorited 2 products and 1 supplier, but now I'm going to show you why I like this feature so much. Not only it's going to help you stay organized after you go and you do all of your research, but you can easily compare the same characteristics of that product with just 1 click. Actually, before we do that, I went ahead and opened a different water bottle because I noticed that those 2 water bottles that we favorited before are from the same company. So I'm actually going to favorite this one as well. Now, if we go back and we reload the favorites over here, Now you can see that our new favorite product has shown up here. And what I'm gonna do is actually choose those one of each one. So let's say this one and click on compare. All right, and now you're gonna be able to see that you are going to be able to compare all of the different characteristics of both offers. And what you can actually do to be even more efficient with this feature is you can just hide everything that it's the same, and you can highlight, or you can highlight the difference, which in this case is going to be everything if you hit everything else. So the MOQ is different, the price is different, the payment terms are different, and you can see this one, it's a much younger company, this one's much older. So hopefully this information can help you narrow down what's most important for you and for your business. But now let's go back to our favorites page, because I want to show you another reason why I love this favorites feature, which is you can easily contact all of your suppliers at once. You can just select all of the products or suppliers that you want to contact and then click here on Contact Supplier. And you're going to see that once it loads, you can see the information of the first supplier here and the second supplier, and you can specify different things for each one. So for example, the material for one could be, I don't know, glass and different features. And for this one might be different. So for specific features, you can actually make it different. But then with the message itself, you can just send one message for both or as many suppliers as you want. So that can really save you time. And if you don't know, we actually have a supplier contact template that you guys can use. We're going to put it in the description below if you're interested. And that leads us to our tip number 5, which is to increase the quantity when contacting suppliers. And when I say quantity, I mean this. You're going to see that the quantity here defaults to the minimum order quantity for each supplier. But if you increase this number, let's say you're going to increase it to 500, you'll see that actually suppliers tend to prioritize inquiries with higher quantities on the contact form. That doesn't mean that you have to order 500 units. That just means that you're interested, you're showing them that you're interested in a big partnership. Honestly, even if you want for your first order to order less, if you just want this to be a test order, a lot of suppliers are willing to work with you and do a lower MOQ for your first order if they see that you do intend to increase your order quantities for future orders. So I would highly recommend you to increase this number when contacting suppliers. Even if you don't know if you're going to actually order 500 pieces on your first order, this is definitely going to increase the chances of getting more replies from suppliers and more quickly as well. So I hope you found these tips helpful, and if you did, and if you liked the video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It truly makes a difference. And if you want more tutorials about Alibaba.com, I'm actually going to leave their channel in the description below, the link to their channel. And you are welcome to go there. There's lots of tutorials and tips about using the platform. And I'm also going to leave in the description below a link to the platform itself so you can explore and use Alibaba.com for yourself. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys found this valuable, and I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos.